Hello and peace greetings, everybody. Welcome to the Insights with Transformation Leaders show. And today we have with us Miss Kelly Kingston. Welcome, Kelly.
Thank you so much, Dr. Azeeza. This is amazing. I love this.
Yes, it is. And thank you for joining us. The Insights with Transformational Leaders is a project of Go Global Business School, and we bring you powerful transformation leaders across the world who are trailblazers, making amazing impact in with what they do, and this is meant to inspire you to get you into your life of massive transformation. So, how cool is that?
It is amazing.
Yes.
I love it. I love everything that you're doing and how you're supporting, people all around the world. And even if it's, I always say, even if it's just 1% that people get out of a day that they can support in changing their lives, then that's a good day.
Yes, it is. And it's such a blessing that we have good days every day. And thank you for that insights. And we thank, and friends, this show is, going to make a lot of change in the way that you think about the wellness and the spiritual business leaders. And because we are with Kelly Kingston, she's an international multi-award winner for women in business, global film producer, best-selling author, keynote speaker, business educator, and I love this one, wellness and spiritual global influencer. And that's why we love work, people of global influence. That's what we want to meet. And she has 20 years experience in the wellness and spiritual industry. So we're going to pick her brain quite a bit. I use the word pick the brain because you're going to be giving us some powerful insights to the industry, as well as what is possible for all of us growing in this industry. Are you ready?
I'm ready. I was born ready.
Fantastic. So, we are talking about today primarily on the wellness and spiritual industry and how people are evolving in it, or are made to evolve right now in the world in it. So let's look at this. Why do you think people in this industry struggle a lot to grow their business specifically?
So that's a really good question. I've been working with small to medium-sized business owners that are wellness and spiritual owners for probably over 5 years now from a business perspective. And they struggle in their business because they don't know what they don't know, because they haven't been taught business. And so when people like their accountants go to them and say, you haven't done your BAS, you haven't done this, you haven't done your taxes and everything, and they go, here's a shoebox with all my receipts in it. There you go. I know this to be true because we have our own accounting practice, and it's happened to us absolutely live where people come in and that's what they're doing. And so people are struggling because they don't know business. They haven't been taught business. They love what they do. They're passionate about what they teach in their modalities and as a facilitator, but they just don't understand. And when you actually say to them, well, I think you need to create a business plan, or, just plan something in your business, they cringe. They look at me and then they go, oh my gosh, that scares me more than anything.
That's right.
Yeah. So
and the mindset, the way that they I love it when you say they are so good in what they do and you cannot beat any one of them. Like when they are focused on their work, they just master it so much.
yeah, absolutely. Like, I was working in expos. Here's an example. And
Yeah.
I would go around to all the exhibitors at the expo and I would just say, hey, how are you doing? My name's Kelly and this is what I do. What's your name and what do you do? And they go, oh, my name is such and such. And then they go, well, I know what I do, but I don't know how to explain it. And then they end up like really looking a little bit silly because they're really good at what they do, but they just can't articulate the words to get them around that aspect of who they are, what they do, and what they love so much. And
yes.
and at an expo, when people are coming up to them, asking them what they do, and they can't articulate that, they're losing clients left, right, and center.
And that's done. That's done. People will never be able to come back or do anything.
No, and they don't either. They don't.
Yeah, such a sad thing. But I am so excited. You have solutions, and I'm so excited when I heard what you have. But before we get into that, what inspired you, this international multi-awards business women, to start Insightfull, your organization? What inspired you with that?
Okay, so my inspiration was myself, to be totally honest, because I saw in some of my daily meditations that I do, I kind of just go, if I only had support from other businesses that felt the way I feel, that think the way I feel, that that really get to know me and understand me, so that I don't have to really fully explain myself. So I first created my book, Your Ultimate Wellness Business Guide, What Frequency is Your Business Vibrating At, which is a wellness and spiritual business planning book for the wellness and spiritual business owner, purely because that was me. I didn't understand how to plan a business, and to be able to really understand what business really means, to then translate it into a totally different language, which is, wellness and spiritual people have their own language, right? And to be able to put it into their language was something I really, really needed to know what really business was all about. So that being said, I did workshops, I spoke at expos, I spoke at festivals, and people still didn't want to do the manual workbook space. They didn't want to do it. So the inspiration around creating Insightfull was to be able to support people in their businesses right now, where they can plug in to the back end a complete operations and marketing system that will support them in their day-to-day runnings of their business, like it has for me. And trust me, I've done all the mistakes under the sun. I've come to, roadblocks. Like, oh my gosh, what am I going to do now? And how am I going to do that? And what does that look like? And another good favor is I've spent so much time doing this, and it's just not working for me. So I've eliminated all those lessons in the processes in what we've actually put in place right here, right now, for all wellness and spiritual business owners around the world. It's not just for Australia. Like, this is what is so exciting.
I am extremely excited. The moment I was already, like, oh my God, this is what people need, because, we work very much with a lot of global prosperity teachers across the world since the last 20 years. And here you are showing up, being there. It's not like you're a teacher just giving information, but rather being there, done that, and then putting into play. And I love it that it's global, because business blueprint, it's global. So, like, the basics, the skeleton is always the same, and we just have to, build on it based on what we have. So you have that blueprint, and I'm so excited. Tell us a little bit of your team. You have a fabulous team in place, and how are they supporting you in this journey?
Oh my gosh, they have to support me. They have no choice. No, just joking.
You're such a fabulous visionary.
Sorry?
You're a fabulous visionary. They have no choice but to support you.
Yeah. And they love it too. Like, I bring to the table what, they kind of think that they know what they want, but they really don't. They can't see that the end game. They can talk about it, but I then bring to the table that whole well, this is the end game, and this is how, and I don't know how I'm going to get to the end game, and that's where you guys all come in. So, we have Graham Donnelly, who is our CFO. He is a full inspiration to work with. He supports me on so many different levels, even those silly questions you ask about, acronyms that people use in the financial industry, and putting a financial cash flow projection in place. He thinks of things that I don't even think of. And, we once, like I once said, you know, I can't work with people and I can't work alone because people don't understand me. But, you know, once you actually find those people that really understand you, you really want them there with you side by side every single day, pushing through, making this happen. And then we have Innovate Marketing that is Shannon, who is our operations manager. He is absolutely dynamite. He sees my vision and then he puts all the dots together to go, okay, Cal, we're going to do this, we're going to do that, we're going to do this, and this is how this is going to happen, and all the in-between stuff. And then we have our social media team that works in Innovate Marketing. And then I have my VA, May, and she does all my video editing and all the posts and everything behind the scenes. And yeah, it's growing slowly or fast, however, you know, people look at it. But for me, it's moving really fast.
Yeah, I can see that. I can feel that. And meeting your team was such a wonderful experience because they are all so passionate about the work. And I love your CFO and your team that works. You know, it's just amazing that they have so much of heart talking about numbers with so much of spirituality. I just love it. It's very enlightening to see that. And tell me, Kelly, you know, currently in this space of spiritual work, what is the need of, you know, we talked about why they struggle, and what is the specific needs that your work kind of handles for these people?
So it supports the wellness and spiritual business owner to fully concentrate on their client. Okay. So, you know, we could be with a client either doing a massage, kinesiology, naturopathy, homeopathy, any type of wellness modality whatsoever. But in the back of our minds, we're going, okay, so I haven't done our social media post today, that marketing, that email, the newsletter, I've got to get content up from that. I've got to, and there's so much of that play happening in the backs of our minds. You know what? We cannot, as wellness and spiritual practitioners, be our best when we have got that monkey talking in the back of our mind going, okay, I haven't done this, haven't done that. And then, you know, you kind of can miss something or you don't hear something correctly with your client in the room. So everything that we are offering and supporting people getting their brands out there, using our social media platforms, every single one of our social media platforms, everything is all done and it's all there waiting for them. They just need to just go, oh, okay, yes, that's exactly what I need.
Yeah, and you have very interesting things in the package. Oh my God, that was something dropped here. So sorry. The lighting went off. Go ahead. Share with us what is that interesting information that's in the package, in your program package. I'd love to hear that.
Okay, so the I've actually just about finished some of the aspects. So the packages for to run a sustainable wellness and spiritual business is that we help create with the solutions of administration, operations, bookings, payments, sales, marketing. You actually come into our directory and then we promote you in our wellness and spiritual directory within Insightfull. It has an instant messaging system, and like I said, we have a social media platform and presence of 51,000 people worldwide, growing every single day. And when you actually do a live, it actually can reach, depending on the day, up to 250,000 viewers in one day. And that is absolutely remarkable because some of these people and beautiful heart-based centered people have never ever done a live before, and they go, oh my gosh, how do I do this? And that is, you know, part of the reason why I was at those expos, because I kind of supported people coming out of their shell so that they could actually express who they are on camera, and then start to then, once they got to know who they are first, because there's so many people out there, Dr. Azeeza, that don't know who they are. and they want to fix other people, but how can they fix other people when they don't know who they are? And that's another massive big problem in our industry today, where people want to help people, but they don't want to help themselves first. And that comes into my second book, where it's all about the self-healing transformational aspects of wellness. Starts on the inside, and so does spirituality. And so once we actually can start to walk our walk and talk our talk, and then can we only then be the best versions of ourselves and live our purpose and passion on planet Earth.
I just love that. And because, we always say we are like doctors. Every trainer, coach, mentor, spiritual leaders are like a doctor, right? We are working on others. So in order for nobody can work, no doctor can operate on himself. He needs another doctor to operate on him. So, and this kind of healing and everything, it's such a powerful circle, right? It is a circle of conversation, like what you say. You have to heal and evolve so you can help others heal and evolve. And that's a powerful, interdependent journey that human spirit has been put in, and you have successfully put that out for everyone. So thank you for that. Can you share, I love the mantras that you have. So the 13 mantras and that whole thing, give us a brief about that.
Oh, okay. So the mantras for the book.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. So the mantras support you. There's 13 mantras and 13 business chapters. And so a lot of people as heart-based wellness spiritual business owners find it really, really hard to concentrate. And so we eliminate that process by supporting a mantra that gets you out of your head and into your heart. And there's 13 mantras that align with 13 chakra systems that align with the 13 business chapters. So they're completely different, but the outline of the mantras are exactly the same. Find it with
fantastic. Yeah. And
yeah.
Go on. I'm hearing.
Yeah, no, that's okay. And so what we do is we play a soft line of music in the background that really relaxes you, okay? So that you can then really connect in with your heart. So then when you actually then go to start to plan your business, you're in your heart and you're in your home, okay? Because all spiritual wellness business owners, they reside in their heart 90% of the time during the day. So when we try to take them out of that space, it's just like taking a fish out of water. It's just like taking something out of its home. You get sticky palms and sweaty palms, and you start sweating and you get anxious and your voice starts to shake. So I just tried to eliminate all the processes so that people could be in their flow and create that business plan that they've always dreamed about. And it's taking all the hard stuff out of it. Every single chapter has an example. Okay. And so what they have to do is they just follow the example. They take out the bits that don't reside with them or, resonate with them. And then they make it their own so that they then can go, oh my gosh, that sounds absolutely amazing. And, oh, is that me? And you should see their faces. They light up. And some of my retreats that I've done were with women that have been in their businesses for like 5 years. They're just stuck. They don't know how to get any further. And a lady said, she was ready to give her business away. She wasn't even going to sell it. She was just going to give bits and pieces away and everything. And after doing my weekend, she was just going, oh my gosh, I never, ever thought that this was possible. And she is thriving in her business to this day. And so are many others.
So powerful. And, that is what we want to see happening. The world needs more business to grow and also to, expand and be of service so that we can get this economy, running and really prospering together. And what more enlightening can you get than working with people who open the hearts and minds of others? That is what really inspires us as well. So tell us, what do you feel the potential of the wellness industry is at this moment?
The potential?
The potential and the future.
Yeah. So I have two answers to that question. The potential for the future of the wellness and spiritual industry, if the wellness and spiritual business owner is not consciously awoken within themselves, and we touched on this briefly just before our chat, our interview today. If they're not in that right conscious awakening space to support people in their businesses, they're going to do more harm than good. But for the future of business, if the spiritual wellness business owners are consciously awoken and they are coming from a non-egotistical space, a non-judgmental space, and they are offering true heart, unconditional, loving work within their clients, then the future is absolutely bright, sunny, and prosperous. It's like the perfect world. And I believe that more people are going to step up into this space. They can't not, because it's their calling. You're on mute.
Love it what you're saying, because at the end of the day, it is that awakening, that coming clarity will have a lot of impact in all of us and all of the work that others are doing, and it's going to be, it's such a powerful cycle. And you touched on not being egoistic and non-judgmental, as much as it is for other businesses where business world or any human beings in that space. It's so important for this group of people to drop completely, into their heart and their clarity, while their business just takes on its own. It's a very different animal, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. And just while we're talking on this subject, where the business owners, I sort of like say, what do you do that makes you so unique that clients are going to want to come to you? And they go, well, I really don't know, because that lady over there, she's doing exactly the same as me. And I said, well, how can she be doing exactly the same as you when she's not you?
Yeah.
And then they kind of, become a little bit of a victim by not really stepping in and owning exactly what they really want to do, and just taking the bull by the horns and then just running with it. Because if they did that, then there wouldn't be any more excuses for them not to really show up 100% and own their own journey here on earth.
Yes. It's so exciting when they own their own power. They are invincible, and that's the journey that you are taking them on. That's exciting. It's definitely, Kelly. So, what is your message today as we round off the session? Would you believe we have already passed more than 20, almost 20, more than almost 25 minutes we've been in this conversation? And by the way, this is the first time we're going live on LinkedIn. So, heads up to all our LinkedIn friends who are watching. Thank you for joining us, and give us lots of hearts and for our work, right? So this is the first time we're going live on LinkedIn. So as we round off today's session, you being the first guest on LinkedIn Live as well. But this session on Transformation Leader is all about this amazing works that leaders like you do across the world, and showcasing you in order for people to be inspired and get benefited from the information that you have. So you have 20 years of experience in the industry. We call you not just a mentor, you're an experience yourself, because you have walked the walk and really experienced the journey that you have unveiled and created the success, and then now supporting others walk it. And that is a very powerful one. What message do you have for people watching the program that they need to take on as a transformation to happen within them?
Yeah, absolutely. So my message would be to really trust within yourself. We are going through a universal transition at the moment, and there's a lot of energies that are around us. And so I'm really, my message is to really honestly know that your intuition is guiding you to be in a place where you need to be right here, right now, and not to question it. because there's so many different times where we can question it and not even be having this conversation, just similar to you and I. I saw you on a live with another lady doing your bit, doing what you love. And my intuition just said, oh, no, you need to speak to this lady. And I just did. And I just don't second guess that aspect. So, and I follow my intuition and my heart. So to really honestly trust yourself enough to follow your intuition and your heart to lead you to places that you could only have ever dreamt about.
Yes, absolutely. And that's the power of any business owner. And they have gone places only because they did that. And you did it very fabulously. Thank you so much for that exciting self that you are, the inspiration you are. And in this just 1 week that we have kind of gone through a few lives on different platforms. And that's so exciting that we are able to showcase your work. Just, knowing you has been such an exciting journey. Thank you so much for that.
Oh, it's my pleasure. I could say exactly the same thing to you too.
Thank you. So friends, that's the kind of the ending part of our conversation today with the insightful conversation that we have with Transformation Leaders. We have it every Tuesdays and Thursdays. You can watch out for the sessions as they come along. And if you have any questions, always put into the chat box, and we will definitely be able to connect with you and give you answers on that. And you can connect with Kelly Kingston in her website and his social media pages that's available in the chat boxes as well. So thank you once again, Kelly, for joining us today.
Thank you so much for inviting me, Dr. Azeeza. I really enjoyed my time.
Thank you. And thank you everyone for tuning in, and we'll see you with another Transformation Leader very soon. Thank you, and see you soon. Bye-bye.